shit, we are back with the last interview of the day, coming to you live from Rockin' Pod 2019. We have a badass guy here with us today to finish out the day, Mr. Kenny Olson, legendary guitarist. Kenny, what's up, my man?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Doing very well,
brother.
man. Yeah. Doing very well. We really appreciate you being here with us today, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for what you guys do too. This is, keeping the music alive for the real way.
For sure, brother.
You guys are like the Cream magazine of back in the day now.
Dude, that's a fucking huge compliment, brother.
We'll
I hope so, man. That was, that's been a huge influence for a lot of that stuff, for a lot of the stuff that we're doing, man. I want to bring shit like that back, man.
I know. It's like so much of the artifact of the music industry is, obviously with people not buying CDs anymore or albums and not knowing who did what or whatever, and publications are. So what you guys are doing is, help keeping it, alive, which makes artists like me, especially as we get older, very grateful.
That's awesome, man. No, we're grateful for you, man. I know we only have a limited time spot, dude. I could talk to you for like hours, man. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I guess we'll just start like at the beginning, man. So basically, with this podcast, man, we just want to, obviously have it as a platform to keep the integrity of music alive, but also to like give people an insight on how guys like you have had such a great career and just the steps you took along the way to like get where you are, and just maybe some stories, man.
Yeah, it's been a long haul, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It kind of chose me. I always knew, I guess at a young age, that trying to fit in society, that I guess music, playing guitar was the way to go, because I didn't do that great in school.
Out of all the options, yes, dude, I hear you on that, man. Out of all the options, it's not only the coolest, but the most enjoyable.
And I tore my rotary cuff throwing a frisbee when I was a kid, so being a pitcher was
no shit.
Out of the question.
Yeah.
Wasn't going to be the next Nolan Ryan, that's for sure.
Yeah, dude. Where are you from originally, man?
Detroit area.
From Detroit,
yeah.
Cool. Is that how you know Kid Rock and all that? Or I guess, do you call him Bobby?
Yeah, we've met, we knew each other in our was probably late teens, early 20s. We were both thrown into the industry pretty young age with deals. Like he, was more doing his straight up rap stuff, hip hop stuff. And then he ended up going to New York for a while. I ended up going out west. And so I moved back to Detroit in like '94 when they had the big earthquake in LA, and I didn't really have a home to go back to in LA, so I went back to Detroit, and we started working together in '95, and then started writing songs and playing shows, the Twisted Brown Trucker Band as the band Kid Rock, and then got signed to Atlantic, and the next thing you know, had no idea that we were going to sell 13 million copies of our debut album.
Yeah, dude.
It's like
that's so crazy, man.
Someone just sent me some footage because it's last year was the 20th anniversary of that album, and then this year is the 20-year anniversary we did us doing Woodstock, and that was we were out doing big shows, as an opener with a lot of great acts, and we were very blessed that they were taking us out, but. After we played that show, I think we sound scanned at 250,000 records a week we were selling.
Holy shit.
Dude, that is just absurd,
something
man.
crazy like that, where I could be off maybe every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
However long SoundScan was for that. But it was like literally every month we were going adding gold or platinum almost every month and a half after that.
Yeah.
But someone sent me the footage. It was the intro footage of us walking out on stage when we first started playing that show, and I was just looking at myself 20 years ago going, what do I got to do to look like that again?
Shit.
That's awesome, man. What was that? Obviously, outside of it just being a super exciting time, man, was that like kind of surreal to you? Is it all kind of a blur? Yeah.
It was both surreal and a blur.
Yeah.
I bet. I just remember I grew up in Northeast Ohio, man. It's a big rock community, and like that record, Devil, was just like you had to have it. Like you had to have it, and then you had to talk about it. Obviously
me being from Michigan, Ohio, that's like a lot of the beginning few years where we were blowing up, where around Ohio and Illinois and
yeah,
Detroit.
man.
Michigan was our little base there. You know, we might go to the East Coast a little bit or
Oh yeah.
whatever, but that was basically our launching pad right there. You know.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. What are you working on these days, man?
Well, just got back actually from Eastern Europe last week. I've been there's quite a few different projects. Me and Steve Perkins from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, dude.
And Norwood from Fishbone and I have been doing a record / kind of documentary with some different friends, and then we've been we teamed up with Scott Page from Pink Floyd, saxophone player, and a couple of the other members from Floyd, and some of the people part of that Immerse Technologies with the Floyd family.
Yeah.
So we've been doing like our own little variation kind of things, and we just did a big festival, and we're just in Budapest, but we've been playing in LA doing a residency thing for the last year at this place, the Wisdom.
Nice, dude.
So I've been going out there every few weeks while we're working on our album and doing that at the same time. But that's been a lot of fun too, because it's like it's a really cool, diverse crowd that shows up for the shows, and just a lot of fun, you know. But then I've got solo stuff I've been putting out. We got a new 7-Day Binge album after 7 years coming out too.
Oh, nice, dude. That's exciting for sure.
So we've been, keeping busy.
Yeah.
Grateful that I'm still making a living at this age, you know.
No, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Just keep it going.
But
that's awesome, man.
But I don't know any better.
Yeah.
So it's I'm actually the music that I've been writing over the years is probably, better than what I got so much stuff that I haven't put out yet.
Yeah.
And then all the new stuff that is coming out, so I'm really excited about I don't want to overwhelm everybody with all of it at once, but
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff there, and obviously dealing with the industry the way that is, and formats of how to release music nowadays, and
is that just fucking endlessly frustrating for you, man?
Oh yeah.
Especially coming from the days that you came out of, man. It's like just completely different.
Yeah, we were very blessed. That was like the last era, really. We were like one of those bands that kind of squeaked through at the very end of the real record deal with tour support, and Atlantic was, we did like the good old fashioned. We had a good record deal that helped us. They were behind us in all of the developing part of us, getting the brand out there and everything, and it just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
even an A&R guy nowadays is someone who looks and sees how many likes you have on your thing. Not about going and seeing the band play,
That sucks, dude. Half those likes are freaking like Nepalese, like up in the fucking Himalayas or some shit.
Just bots.
Yeah.
Yeah, we interview a lot of our artists, just local Nashville artists, man, where it's like, it's funny now where like, that's the main thing is like how many likes you got. It's not even, it doesn't even matter what your sound is or like anything about you. It's just how many followers, how many likes. It's just fucking bullshit, man.
It is. It's very frustrating where I'm like, sometimes, be one of those old jaded fucks where you're just like, the music industry.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's all I know, but I know what I'm trying to say, but it's just to get through it all, it's very frustrating.
I hear you,
man.
And
then it's people don't. There's so much soul and substance that's gone from, but it's like such an ADD world where we're already all naturally ADD anyways. But now people don't even really give a. No one buys full albums. No one gives a whole album a chance. There's no life for like an album filler that could be the best song. Like a true fan of a band, or a true, like the song that wasn't on the radio is like, I look back and, like the least popular songs of all my favorite bands are usually my favorite songs.
Right.
I know.
The
Me
B-sides,
too,
man. The deep
B-sides
cuts.
are the shit, dude.
And they're like, and those don't even have a life. They don't have there's no place for them in this music industry.
They'll just sit on a shelf somewhere and never be heard.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate.
It is, and that's So trying to, I mean, but there's people are tired of it too. You see all the people now going back to putting vinyl, even some of these young bands putting stuff on cassettes again. It's like,
I know, we were talking about that earlier, dude. That's so crazy.
and I went, my buddy, his son's band was playing, and they had their little merch booth, and I looked over, I was like, whoa, you guys have a bunch of cassettes? I was like, awesome.
That's
I mean, that was the cheap way to, like, I remember even when CDs came out, it was like, even when you start signing like deals, and it was like, well, we're not going to put out vinyl. We're just going to put out CDs. I'm like, what?
That just doesn't make sense, man.
Or a cassette, but like even when we were younger, we'd make cassettes with our little dual cassette players and be like, make your demos and pass out to people.
Yeah.
It was like the only way to make a demo. How you even burn a CD when you're
exactly.
money and you're sitting in your room, but you have your little dual cassette player and be like, little pen out. Making a little artwork on your J sleeve, bookings, all the.
That was it.
That's rad, though, dude. There's something so super cool about that, man.
I miss the days of making that mixtape, man. You know that mixtape. That's how you spoke to a girl.
Exactly. I remember one time I was living out in L.A. I was young, just out of high school, or whatever, and I had this demo. These people call me and like, Kenny, you need to come to this party. So and so from this label's here, and wants to meet you and everything like that. I'm like, cool. I'm like, so I'm sitting there like, I went through 2 J sleeves to make it right because my printing wasn't good. I'm like, this shit looks like a third grader. Put the phone number on there. P.O. box, whatever. I'm trying to write it all in there. So I finally get it. I'm like, cool. It's like how I want it. I get to the party, meet the guy, give him the cassette and everything, and I'm just like, yeah.
Did it.
I'm like, so he leaves and everything. I'm all in a great mood, talking to a few girls at the party, like, oh, I got my demo, so. I go to take a piss, and I leave, and there's my cassette on top of the toilet seat with a bunch of Coke residue.
No shit. Oh, dude.
And so, but here's the worst part is, I told my manager I get the I bring the cassette back home. I cleaned it up, whatever, and I'm like, she's like, so did you get it to him? I'm like, yeah. But then he used it to do a bunch of lines in the bathroom.
Do some rails off of it.
And I'm like, and she's like, that asshole. So she calls him like 2 days later. He acted like he listened to it.
No
He's
shit.
like, oh yeah, I loved it. I loved it all. And I'm
so
just like,
snaky, dude.
I loved it so much.
I was like, welcome to LA, Kenny. And I was like,
oh yeah.
You're like, are you sure, man?
My naiveness went I was definitely an educating, but it leads to a great story later on.
Definitely, man. No, that's hilarious, dude. It all worked out for you anyway.
Yeah, I think the thing that I think that was the worst part because I opened an extra cassette because I ruined the J sleeve of the first one with the printing. So it was basically 2 cassettes, and then the guy goes and does rails off of it.
Standard.
I guess we'll call that resourceful. Yeah.
But I brought the cassette back. I was like, hell no.
Yeah, man, you can't. I'm not gonna let this go to waste.
No, it's a good TDK or Maxell, whatever it was.
Hell yeah, man, the TDK. That's right. The Maxwell.
$2 or something, $3.
That's right, man. Just take that back. I'm not doing that. That's awesome, dude. Well, man, how long have you been in Nashville for?
11 years now.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
Are you still playing locally at all?
Yeah, I mean, we're having that fun with that Sunday thing we were doing at Soulshine for years, and
yeah, man.
Haven't really ever since that kind of closed down because we got like 17 citations when they zoned Midtown.
That's right.
With all those fuckers calling for noise ordinances.
Yeah, and they were like, you're supposed to get shut down after 3. I mean, even the cops were cool, but they were like, "Oh, we don't want to shut you down. We just have to by our job have to give you the ticket." Yeah. That they knew we were going to fight in court anyway, so they weren't. It was more. I don't know. It was just a couple, 1 or 2 particular people that moved into that condo area that knew the legal system, how to just be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because locally, everybody was like, couldn't believe it.
No,
man. Why would you
ridiculous.
move around that in Music City?
Yeah, it's called Music City. Don't be an asshole.
It's like why would someone move to farmland and complain about the smell of manure in the air. It's like, dude,
It's the
Yeah.
same shit, dude.
You know?
Yeah, pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but I mean, it was just crazy that, and then we went through all that to remodel it and soundproof it up there, and it's changed. I mean, the city, in 11 years I've lived here, and coming here for years prior to that, playing shows, I've never seen anything like it. As far as it's like the fast growth of this place has just been like, what?
Dude, I know, and just it seems like within the last year, man, every time you go downtown, you're like, what fucking city am I in, dude? Like, everything's new.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. But still a great city, man.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
moved here 11 years ago too. I remember the first thing someone said to me. They were like, "Yo, man, you just got here before the big wave, and just watch what happens." I had no idea what they were talking about, and then boom,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
and it's a whole different beast
Oh,
now.
yeah. I mean, like, I was like living in the Gulch for about 6 years, like over in that area, and I mean, eventually, I had different neighbors every week. Like everybody, like all the other condos around me, everything were all Airbnb.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
I'm just like going, really?
All your
Yeah.
neighbors shipped out, dude. It's just a new bachelorette party every
Oh,
fucking
Yeah. There you go.
Or 20 fraternity brothers that decide they're gonna say 4 people are staying in a condo and they're all in
Right.
there like being
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of jackasses. I mean, it was just, yeah. So I'm out in the burbs now, but
A little bit more quieter. man.
besides a little bit of traffic, but it's not that bad because I drive in LA traffic every month when I'm out there too.
Yeah.
And this don't even
Exactly,
compare to
Yeah,
that. So,
it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
9 miles is an hour. Oh, it's 9 miles away. You'll get there in an hour. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
That's awesome, man.
yeah. It's but it'll be interesting to see because of how many people have moved here. I'm very curious now to see what's
Yeah,
I know
what's
it can
gonna
go either
happen?
way, right? Like
Yeah.
the integrity could be preserved, or we could be in for a weird ass ride of some type of overturn. Hopefully not that. Hopefully it just strengthens hopefully it like diversifies the economy and it just becomes an even better
I mean,
city,
I
you know?
think even musically, it's become a more diversified. I mean, it's always been Music City as far as a recording mecca, and so much great stuff that came through here back in the day, and but then it got kind of a little to the masses everywhere else. They thought about it as like this whole bro country, all that stuff, and it was like,
Yeah.
but then so many people have moved here from all over the world, and from West Coast to East Coast, and so many genres of music, and with so much industry here, that's some good things I think will come from all that, diversifying wise as far as where musically, because it's definitely a hot spot to be right now.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And we'll know that when we get in our cars to leave here and get in the traffic.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
That's just
on
been
a Saturday.
That's just been a slow fucking steady haul for like over the past couple of years, man. You just get more and more gridlocked,
Yeah.
which is yeah, man. I was just curious, man, for like a lot of these new players that are coming out here, man. And sorry if you get asked this a lot, but I really am curious. Do you have any advice for them in terms of like the networking side of things? Obviously, don't come in too cocky, but like, what would you say to all these new kids that are moving out here?
I mean, they're networking and branding, but they got all that stuff down in science better than the younger generation because of the whole their
For sure, with
their
the
ability
Instagram
in
and
social
stuff, yeah.
media. But I mean, the most important thing of the younger musicians is when they're coming here, when they're wanting to write timeless music, is you get like sometimes these younger players that are really good, but they gotta reel it in and play to the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll get some young players sometimes they're just technically like, dude, holy shit, you're the new sheriff in town. Like, what kind of, kid's a badass guitar player, but
Yeah.
it'll be like, well, but no one ever wants me to play on stuff, and I'm like, because you can't overplay.
Right.
Find
Yeah.
the beauty between the space between the notes, and just let it go in there and play to a song.
That's it.
You're not
Yeah.
going and trying to impress another guitar player because guitar players are all the same guys that say, "Oh, I could do that better than that."
Right.
It's like
Right,
that
right.
bullshit.
I'm not gonna hire you, man.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're going to play with a good singer and a full band and stuff. Be that guy that can be the team player and come in there and carry your weight, and but not annoy anybody at the same time with a bad ego or bad attitude.
That's a big thing, man. The hang is still a big fucking component, dude. Just don't be
the old timer
douche.
guys, the best way to audition a player first is you'd go out and get drunk with them and see if they still liked them after they were drunk.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, he's an okay player, but he was a great hang.
I like
we
this
can
guy.
work on the playing, man.
This kid that we played today, he's really good, but he's a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
He's like got prima donna all written all over him. So it's like, it's
be a good hang.
Yeah, it got to be a good hang.
Yeah, it's still a people industry, just like anything
But
else.
you don't also want to be that idiot where you're like a complete fuck up either, where people can't rely. I mean, to each their own in their own time, but when it's a band, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and
man,
gotta hold it together and not be that guy to screw it up for everybody else. So
exactly, dude.
Because that's definitely important too. Don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It is.
Hey, when you miss the tour bus and everybody's gone the next morning, and you go, how much is it for a last minute one-way ticket to? No. Oh.
They're like, don't bother, man. You're fucking fired.
Yeah, fired.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bus call means bus call.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man. Well, yeah, dude.
They call that the oil stain.
The what?
You've been oil stained.
You've been oil stained. Yeah, tough to get out. You're built into the concrete.
Me and a couple of the guys in the band, the Twisted Brown Trucker Band, we got oil stain in Canada. We're like, fuck, we got to make our way out of a different country without our tour manager.
Yeah, whoops.
But there was 3 of us, so it was like, we got this.
We can do it.
You can't fire all of us.
They just wanted to get us back to America. Get out of here, guys.
Yeah, bye-bye.
No problems here. You got anything illegal? No. All right, go. Go back home.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good old days.
Well, I guess that's our time, dude. I'd love to keep talking if you can. If not, man, we can wrap this up. What do you feel?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they wrapping up the show right now?
I think
so,
I think
man.
they are wrapping up the show. Yeah.
A good hang though. I'm grateful to see everybody out here just supporting the
man.
music.
This is cool,
This has been
man.
so
Yeah,
nice.
it feels good, dude. I could just like hang in this energy forever, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone's
It's
doing the same
definitely-
shit. No one's like, I mean, we've had tons of super cool, nice people just come up and like talk about what they're doing, and open to sharing and all that stuff.
Yeah, and anytime too, I'd love to come back on the show with you guys as I have more specific information with what's coming out, when stuff's coming out.
man,
and stuff.
Dude, absolutely. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah, after this, man. Just
Yeah,
give us
after the
your
interview,
contact.
we'll exchange information and everything too.
Please do, man. We'd be honored, bro.
Yeah.
For
Awesome,
sure.
brother.
That'd be
'Cause
awesome.
you're local here too, then, right?
Yeah, we are.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
we
much.
can, we
for
can
coming
continue our meeting over at the strip club then.
Hey,
Yeah,
fuck
there you
yeah,
go.
dude. We're bringing the mics and the laptop out.
on. Live at the strip
like-
club.
Yeah. Sorry for
In
the
the background, you're hearing like
yeah, if the mic cuts out. This
next
candy.
on stage,
Yeah, I ask
Fantasia.
better questions with titties in my face, so
Yeah.
that works out.
I know it's like a lot more relaxing, It's like,
Yeah.
Kenny needs just a minute. He's getting that special lap dance right now.
There's a
rock-
motorboat.
Back.
I always, like that sensitive side of me always says, rock stars and strippers are people too.
They really are, man. It's okay, dude. You can't hate on the career of choice, man.
No, gotta make a buck. Well, thank you so much, man.
Hey,
for coming
pleasure's
on.
mine.
We'll do this again sometime.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look forward to staying in touch, man. And yeah, we'll get you back on the show, and then hopefully we can just go hang, man. Have a couple drinks.
Absolutely.
Too, man.
I'll be hanging tonight.
All right, brother.
There's our good old boy Chris. If it wasn't for Chris, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, man.
Chris
Thank
is the
you
man.
to Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
He works his ass off, man. Just
Hey,
being on the
Chris,
inside.
we're giving you a shout out. Oh, he's
Chris,
not
we're
listening.
giving you a shout out.
You want to say a little something into the camera?
Nah, he's in conversation.
He's in deep, man. It's all right.
He's the busiest man in show business today.
That's it.
For sure. We will bring him on the podcast too. I don't know.
He's a good man.
Well, Kenny, let's go have
We
some
love
fucking
you,
fun,
Chris. He's not listening.
man. We tried. We
He's in
tried
the
We
zone.
try. You guys
He's in
can't
the
see what we're
zone.
trying to do, but Chris is like,
Says he's stressed. I'm not sure.
uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Don't be all right.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Buck up, little camper.
That's good advice.
It's all good.
Just turn his stumbling blocks into stepping stones.
All right. That's profound, man. Some
Profound
Tony Robbins shit.
spiritual yeah.
Yeah.
And then it got deep at the end.
Yeah, the deep thoughts with Jack Handy.
Jack.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, brother,
Hey,
man. Let's go have
pleasure's
some
mine.
fun, man.
Let's do it.
Have fun,
Let's do
man.
it.
Thank you.
Right on.